putting a package in place that gives people confidence that future deficits will be smaller can hold down interest rates today and boost the economy. That's a slightly different point than the one I made in my opening remarks about actually implementing the tax increases or spending cuts today. And that part alone would slow the economy in this economic expansion.
You're basically making a timing point there, though, correct?
Yes.
So, so from the Keynesian perspective, doing something that's a shock now, from a Keynesian perspective, a big spending cut that's immediate or a big tax increase that's immediate will harm and put our base in the wrong direction.
Yes.
But if we put in place a long-term debt reduction plan, dealing with these primary drivers of our debt, which are clearly these healthcare programs, there are other factors, but the healthcare programs, and if we have tax reform that lowers our marginal tax rates, that will help us in a couple of great ways. It will help us in lower interest rates, which grows the economy, and the lower tax rates will help grow the economy, which means we can get this thing under control, even with the retirement of the baby boom population. Is that basically what I'm getting out of this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's right.
That's the point we're trying to make here. This is where we want to go. The reason this debt limit fight is coming is because when we've had great fiscal bipartisan agreements in the past, whether it was Reagan with Gramm-Rudman, whether it was Bush with Democrats in the Senate in 1998 Andrews Air Force Base, whether it was Gingrich and Clinton, or BCA and Bowles-Simpson, these things were part of debt limit agreements. They have always been the forcing actions that got us agreements. And what we're getting here is if we put together a package now, before the Federal Reserve normalizes, before interest rates start going, we will put ourselves as a nation in a very good position. But if we miss this moment, if we just kick the can because we keep fighting each other, then we will not get this opportunity. The Federal Reserve will start tapering. We all know that it's not a if, it's a when. Interest rates will go up, and shame on us. Because the hole we will have to dig ourselves out of then will be that much deeper. And he's already giving us numbers, $145 billion a year versus $350 billion a year. And so it is so clearly in our interest as a country. This is not a Republican-Democrat thing. This is a math thing to do something about this. And what we're seeing here, it is these healthcare programs are the primary drivers of our debt. This is why we are focused on these healthcare programs. This is also why we're focused on tax reform. Because what we're getting is, if we keep high marginal tax rates, we hurt businesses, we hurt job growth, we slow down the economy from hitting its potential. If we lower our marginal tax rates, we have more economic investment. We have more entrepreneurship. Small businesses can compete. The top effective marginal tax rate as of January now is 44.6%. 8 out of 10 businesses in America, they don't file their taxes as corporations. They file their taxes as people. We call them subchapter S corporations, LLCs, sole proprietorships, partnerships, pass-throughs. The international average tax rate on businesses is 25%. Most other industrial nations don't tax themselves like we do ours. They don't have a pass-through regime like we have. They just have business tax rates, and they're on average 25%. Our corporate rate's 35%. That's the highest in the industrialized world, and that's for 20% of our businesses. The other 80% go as high as almost 45% effectively. We are really hurting ourselves with these high tax rates. And so what we're getting here is if we lower our tax rates, and believe me, there's a way to do this without losing revenue. Lower our tax rates, we can have faster economic growth. If we take advantage of the moment we are in, the low interest rate moment we are in, which will not last that much longer, and get a fiscal consolidation package on spending and entitlement reform, we will do our country a big favor. We will do our children a big favor, because we will bank debt reduction and economic growth at a time where it makes the most bang for the bucket, the most difference. But if we don't take advantage of this moment, this is why we're focused on the debt limit, this is why we're focused on these issues, then shame on us, because the hole we will have to dig ourselves out of will be that much deeper.